Hey y'all, I am here today to show you a quick and simple way to get this soft highlight, contour, and blush look. It's kind of like my everyday, easy, anybody can do it sort of thing, so I just wanted to share it with everybody. And I'm using a few products today. Mostly I'm going to be showing you two Milani, the Illuminating Powder, and the blush in Luminoso, which I asked everybody on Instagram, and that was the choice that everybody wanted. So this is the one I went with. And then of course the Lancôme Star Bronzer, which is kind of my go-to summer contour look. So if you want to see more using these three, how to get this kind of simple, glowy, easy routine look, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start with bronzer, and what I am loving right now is the Lancôme. It's the Star Bronzer. I'll show you that little package. It's the Natural Glow, and the color is Solaire. For some reason this color just really works for me. I'll kind of give you a sneak peek at it. It's not too orange and not too dark. If you're on the fair to like medium skin tone, I think this is a really good bronzer, and I'm going to show you that one, but since it's got its pretty print on it, I am going to go to my sample of it because I do have a sample. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques, and this is the contour brush that I'm using, and I'm going to go right in and start with that. You can start with a lighter. I prefer to start with contour. I think that's pretty much the way most people are doing it, but do what works for you. And I'm going to show you on this side too, so that way you can get a really good view. What I'm starting with is the top of my ear. This bone right here is what I like to feel for, and that'll give you a really good starting point for that. And then start by lightly dusting it. And I'm going in kind of a straight down sort of a motion. That's getting me a little bit of a sharper line because I'm a little bit rounded here. I want to cut into it and make it look a little bit sharper and slimmer. So just going to do it right there. And you can see I'm not doing just a straight down motion. I do want to blend it and buff it in a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to follow suit and do the other side. And again, I'm not getting too complicated with this. I want this to be something that you can really do. It's not super scary, and it's not something that's going to be intimidating. This is a nice, easy way to do it. You can get a lot more complicated than this. I'm going to do it simple because that's what most people like, honestly. So I'm going to intensify it here at the base. And apart from a little bit of blending that I might do, that's pretty much it for the cheekbones. And I'm going to go in, I have a bit of a larger forehead. If you've watched my other videos, you know that. And I'm going to start at the hairline. Move some of these wispies back. Start at the hairline, and it can look kind of crazy at first when you first put that swipe on. Don't be afraid of that. It's no big deal. And I'm just going to blend it down. Now, if you have a smaller forehead, you don't have to feel like this is necessary. This is not a necessary step. I just like to do it for myself because I feel like it kind of brings it in a little bit more, makes it look a little bit smaller and just a little bit more proportionate with the rest of my face. Okay, now, I'm not going to do the temples. If I'm going for a really bronzy, glowy look, I might. Otherwise, I like to leave it clear so that it doesn't look too just fake and too rounded around the eye sockets. And that was pretty easy. I'm going to do my jawline a little bit. Again, just giving this a little bit more definition, less of that rounded look. So I'm going to take and kind of create a soft line here. And right now I'm going to start brushing away some of my bake while I'm doing my contour. And that's kind of what I want. It's going to leave you a really, really soft line. And I'm doing a pretty just straight shot line there. And I did already contour my neck with the Too Faced. I use the milk chocolate. If you're a fair, medium skin tone, probably more the fair side, this one's a good one. Or go with the regular chocolate. Or if you're deep skin tone, do the dark chocolate too. Okay, so just give me a little bit sharper look. Do a little on the chin too, just whatever I have left on my brush. I don't want to do it too strong. And finally, you can use a smaller brush for the nose contour. Sometimes I do like to do a little bit softer look. Using a bit larger brush kind of gives it more of that buffed look, so it's not so noticeable that you have this straight line going down. But I am going to use a very light touch. I just mainly put it on the tip of the brush, and because that brush is a little bit tapered, you'll still get a pretty defined look. And I'm going to start on this side, so hopefully you can see that, and go straight down, and then follow on the other side. This does not give you a very sharp defined contour, but you can see that little bit of color there, and just makes a difference. It makes my nose look a little bit slimmer, and that's really all that I want. And I'm going to just darken it just a little bit on the side. Okay, that's pretty much it for the nose. The highlight too will make it look a little bit slimmer too. So I want that to look very natural. I don't want it to look overdone. So then I'm going to go in and just brush off all of my breaking that I've been doing. This area is pretty much gone at this point. Get the chin. Most of what I had under my eyes has kind of been dusted away already, but just to make sure it's not on there. And then I do go over my nose a little bit and softly brush it. And you can soften that contour as well. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my highlight. Some people do like to do blush before highlight. I find that doing my highlight first is a little bit better for me, and you'll see why when I do my blush. So I'm going to grab my brush. Here we go. I'm using the Milani Illuminating face powder. This is going to be a soft glowy look, not something that's really a crazy highlight, but it'll still look very illuminated and bright. Okay, so I'm just kind of swirling in there. And I'm going to place that directly onto this eye socket bone. Here's the area where you want to focus. You can feel to find the place if you need to. Okay. And this has a little bit of pink in it too, and that is okay. It's going to be a really pretty soft look. And as you can see, the light there does have a little bit of a sheen. I may choose to intensify that a little bit with a different highlighter. Just depends on what you're in the mood for. Now I'm going to do, if you smile, you can see that little bit of glow. I'm definitely putting it a little bit on the apples of my cheek. I'm going to follow suit over here. And then you're glowing. And I'm going to do a little bit softly above my brow. I'll do a very tiny bit here, just enough to give it a little kiss. And then finally Cupid's bow. And lightly down the nose. And then what I'm going to do is just add a little bit and focus it on the upper tip of my nose. And then maybe just a tiny bit on the chin. Not too much, especially if you have a tendency to be oily. You don't want to look too shiny here. That can really just make you look like you're oily all over. Okay, and finally we're going to throw on some blush. I asked on Instagram what color I should wear. I have 3 Milani blushes, and Luminoso was the pick. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on. If I can get it open. There we go. It's so pretty. It's kind of a peachy color. It's gorgeous. And I'm going to use the Real Techniques blush brush. Get a little bit of that. The color on this is amazing. So I put a little bit on, and it's probably going to be crazy, so I'm just going to knock any excess dust off. And kind of the reason why I'm doing this last is because contour here, highlight here, the blush is just going to go in and kind of smooth it all out, so it's very like fading from one to the next. It's a very soft look. So, and I'm not going to do it directly on the apples of the cheek. I'm just going to go a little bit farther back. Okay. Other side. And there you have it. So that's pretty much my daily, easy, simple routine for bronzing or contouring. You can do both, highlighting and blush. I did use a bronzer today. You can use contour powders. I do a lot. But this is for a nice bronzy look, and everybody's probably has some bronzer at home, so if you don't have a contour kit or a specific color for contour, this color is really nice, but you can kind of make it work with whatever you have. And so that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. So if you have any special techniques that you like to do that are easy and fun, and you want to share them with me, please do comment below. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and then of course follow me if you want to see some more exciting stuff. Thank you very much for watching.